If you're someone who struggles with jealousy and comparison, especially when it comes to your relationships and your love life, then stay tuned because in this video, I'm going to be sharing why we experience this intense emotion and reaction, early experiences that may have led to this, as well as giving you a hot tip that is going to help you when it comes to managing your jealousy and comparison. So if you're not only here to understand it, but you also want to manage it, then stay tuned to the end because you're going to want to hear this. As humans, it's fair to say we tend to look down on people who feel jealous or needy. We will literally say, like, she's too much, she's jealous. I'm saying she, but that works for anyone. The thing is, jealousy is a very real emotion. It's something that can be really intense. It can hijack you. It can absolutely flood you. And if you're someone who feels that, to add the shame of being a jealous person, to add that shame on top of it, it's just even harder. And you don't deserve that because you're not choosing to be jealous. Now, jealousy tends to show up in different ways. We might see it through us comparing ourselves to others, like I say. It might just be that we feel it really intensely and we hold on to it, we keep it to ourselves. Maybe the people around you have no idea that you feel this way. It might also be that you do act on it, that you do become overly excessive when it comes to contact or questioning people or investigating. However it shows up for you, I would honestly go as far to say that jealousy is one of the most difficult emotions we can feel, especially if we can't control it. Before we go any further, I want to introduce myself. I'm Carly Ann. If you have been here before, then welcome back. If you are new here, then welcome for the first time. I'm a holistic attachment coach. I specifically help people to manage and overcome insecure attachment. So if you're someone who has anxious and/or avoidant tendencies and you're on a mission to become more secure, then you're in the right place. Okay, so now we've done our introductions, I want to share with you earlier experiences that may lead to someone struggling with jealousy more than someone else, that may lead to someone getting really stuck into comparison, especially when you can see yourself doing it. So you might know that you're comparing yourself to your latest friend who is engaged. You might know that you're feeling jealous that your partner is out and talking to other people. And sometimes when you can see yourself in these patterns, we can blame ourselves more. I should know better. Why am I doing this? I should get out of this easily. I should be able to self-soothe. Notice the word should, but I guess that's another video. So experiences that might have led to this can include parents who had difficulties and challenges and addictions when it comes to substance misuse, feeling second best, feeling like they weren't there, feeling like they were choosing something else over you. Parents that cheated, left, got divorced, especially if they went and started a new family, that really has an impact on the way that someone sees themselves and sees love. And so if you have even the slightest inkling that someone might be leaving, that can bring up this old stuff. If you had experiences in school, in family scenarios where you felt excluded, where you felt like the odd one out, where you felt like everyone else was together and you were on your own, then it might, I'm not saying that that is accurate, or for some of you, it might be accurate. If you struggled with being bullied, specific experiences can lead us to having certain emotions as an adult, and that makes a lot of sense. Another common scenario that can happen is if you were someone who was constantly or often compared to other people in your peer group or your siblings. Perhaps you were compared to how well your siblings did at school. Perhaps you were compared to what other people look like. If you were compared to other people, then it would make sense that you're now in that habit of comparing yourself or feeling jealous if you see other people performing in ways that you feel like you should be performing, or in ways that you feel like, I can't do that. If we feel like we're not enough, if we have that deep-rooted belief, then it's possible that we're going to look at other people and envy them and want what they have. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, But when it's coming from a place of jealousy, it doesn't tend to be communicated or come out in a way that feels good to us. And it doesn't always have to be childhood experiences. It might be significant relationship experiences you've had. If you've been cheated on, if you've been betrayed, if you've been let down, then it is very possible that you now struggle with these patterns and these emotions. And I guess what I hope, and this is just a partial list, ask yourself, why is it that I feel jealousy? When have I felt this before? And you'll start to get closer to the root. But what I hope that this is sharing is that, like I said earlier, you haven't chosen this. When we can begin to let go of that self-blame and beating ourselves up, we're closer to healing. It is absolutely possible to manage jealousy, to change your relationship with this emotion so that it doesn't force you and drive you to act in a way that feels out of character, that doesn't feel like yourself. And like I said at the beginning, I want to give you a hot tip on what will support this. And I'm hoping that already you've got this message from me. It's something that I'm really, really passionate about when I support my clients and my membership, which is called Follow Your Fire, by the way. I'm really, really passionate about supporting people to meet themselves with compassion. And that's just one of the elements that's going to support you when it comes to managing your jealousy. Don't judge yourself for this. Understand your background. Understand that there is a reason this emotion feels intolerable for you. There is a reason, like down to your personal life experience, why this emotion is something that you struggle with so much that you've needed to come and watch this video. Don't judge yourself for this. Let that be the next step. When you're asking yourself, okay, but what do I do now? Let the next step be that you're going to choose not to judge yourself, but instead you're going to begin to own your story. You're going to own who you are. You're going to understand there's something in you that feels jealous. And over time, you're going to begin to love that part. You're going to begin to show that part how we can manage the situations and the triggers that make that come alive. Yeah, that send us into that comparison, send us into those behaviors, those actions, those impulses. I believe in your potential to heal jealousy. I believe in your potential to heal insecure attachment, if that is what you relate to, because I work so much with that. Check out the bio for all the details of how you can have me as your coach, how you can have me as your one-to-one coach or your Coach Insider membership, where we cover embodiment, education, and you have community, people just like you, just like me, who get it, who get this message, who understand jealousy and are not going to be judging you. I hope that's been helpful. Please like, please subscribe, because that's how we do reach the people just like us that need to hear this message.